qualify for the NFL playoffs with a win on Thursday Night Football over the Philadelphia Eagles. After 4 straight seasons of falling short, New York is favored to make it back to the playoffs and achieve their most wins in a season since 2008. The Giants are 2.5-point road favorites on a short week. The New York Giants are 10-4 on the season straight up with an 8-6 against the spread record. The under is 11-3 in the Giants' games, with the defense driving this bus and the offense is riding in the passenger seat. The Giants are 8-1 since starting the season 2-3. It all starts with defense for the Giants. They have only allowed 17.9 points per game so far this season, and only 12.3 points per game over their last 3 weeks, while forcing 7 turnovers. It is hardly a coincidence that the Giants forced just 3 turnovers over their last 5 games, and have gone 2-3. They beat the Ravens without a turnover in Week 6 and have forced at least 1 every week since. The forcing turnovers thing is really important because the Giants, even with 21 takeaways, are still -3 in turnover margin this season. Fortunately, the defense has only allowed 3.6 yards per carry and has only allowed 13 passing touchdowns, even though no team has faced more passing attempts than the Giants with 570. Ben McAdoo is one of the youngest coaches in the NFL, but the former offensive coordinator has had trouble getting that side of the ball going this year. Ever since the first meeting against the Eagles, though, Eli Manning seems to have turned it all around. Manning has a 17-7 touchdown interception ratio over the last 7 games, and the Giants have won all but one of those matchups. The running game is still mostly non-existent, although Paul Perkins emerged with 5.1 yards per carry against the Lions, so maybe there's something there. Odell Beckham Jr. has a touchdown or more in 5 of the last 7 games. The Giants may be starting to figure some things out offensively, and that makes this defense even stronger, hence the improvements over the last 3 weeks. On the other side of the ball, the Philadelphia Eagles started the season 3-0, but have gone 2-9 since. The Eagles are just 6-8 against the spread, but they did cover as 5-point underdogs against Baltimore, as Doug Peterson went for the 2 in the win, but came up short. The Eagles have played 3 straight overs, and the defense has allowed at least 26 points in the last 5 games. The optimism on the Giants side is not shared by the Eagles. A failed comeback attempt in Week 15 came on the heels of a devastating collapse in Week 14. The short week certainly is not going to help Carson Wentz. Offensive coordinator Frank Reich lamented his rookie quarterback season 2 weeks ago by talking about how hard the grind has been on him. A rapid turnaround against an elite defense following yet another bad game is not going to be conducive to pulling the upset here. Wentz now has 13 interceptions against just 13 touchdowns. The Eagles do have a more effective running game than the Giants, but that's not really a ringing endorsement. Also, if Darren Sproles is unable to play, that will make things even tougher on the Eagles' rushing attack. Ryan Matthews had a big day against Baltimore with 20 carries for 128 yards and a score. But the Giants held the Eagles to 96 rushing yards in the first meeting, and they held Detroit to just 56 last week. The Philadelphia Eagles defense was the main driving force behind their 3-0 start. As mentioned, they had given up at least 26 points in each of the last 5 weeks, and that is not a good number for the Wentz-led offense. The Eagles now have allowed 5.8 yards per play this season and 23 touchdown passes. The secondary has been victimized, and the run defense is up to allowing 4.3 yards per carry. Philadelphia has only forced 5 turnovers in the last 5 weeks, and it is not surprising that they have lost all 5 of those games. The Eagles were +6 in turnover margin during their 3-0 start, but they are -4 since. The early bye week has caused a lot of problems on both sides of the ball for Philadelphia, and this team has not had a week off since early October, and now they have a Thursday night matchup. Lay it and play it with the road team here. The Giants are rolling and Eli Manning is starting to play better. The big reason to take the Giants on a short week is that Carson Wentz is in trouble. Normally, the road team, especially as a favorite, is a fade with this Thursday night matchup. But Wentz is out of gas for his rookie year, and this defense is really flying around. Also for the Giants, a win this week, and they can put it in cruise control next week with the top wildcard spot locked up. That's a pretty big incentive for getting it right. Our pick and prediction is for the New York Giants at -3. For our pick and prediction on this game and every other game this week, and a wealth of free stats and information, check out bangthebook.com.